All right, so that's the King of the Mist, the first level. I've been playing for the last 40 hours, basically, or last 3 days. I've been farming nonstop, at least from the first video released, to get this to endgame. So we've been farming tier 50 mats for the last 2 days, and it's been really good. There has been some downsides with the build, but let's first get into the build so we understand what's going on here and what changed. So basically here at Temporal Rift is still the same. Nothing, we didn't add anything extra. For now it'll stay as is. You can put this second wind on Temporal Rift to allow you to use backtrack twice. It's probably what I'd end up doing since my dexterity is enough to allocate it. Outside of that, we left it as is. Time freeze is now 9 seconds, as you guys can see here. That is why the King of the Mist just sat there for no reason. It's pretty funny. Bosses just sit there, either whatever pose they're in, and they just die. I have tried, against multiple bosses. I think this build with time freeze excels at killing boss maps particularly. But yeah, magnified area, it does work. It does increase the area of the time freeze. So for mapping, that's really good. Second wind just lets you have 2 time freezes. Prolonged duration helps us, it lasts long, and then rapid casting. Time snap has changed a little bit. We have rapid casting, cooldown recovery, and second wind. This allows us to have 2 time snaps. With 2 time snaps, 2 time freezes, basically double temporal rift with the time snap, and then a 33% chance to recoup all of that. But I think it is close. Like, when you're fighting bosses, just get, like, you probably actually don't need time snap anymore. Like, now that I'm playing it, just the 2 on time freeze is enough to just get you out of certain situations, and it might just be better that way. But I've been sticking with time snap. But yeah, there's a lot of redundancy here, but the whole point was this build was supposed to be able to map as well as take on bosses, so that's why it is a more broad generic build. Spell Slinger is from my weapon. I don't use it. I don't crit. Essence Drain, we managed to just put Chaos Mastery, but we have Rapid Casting because cast speed is really strong. It just lets you get your spells out faster. Intense Agony, more damage. Swift Elixir, more damage. And Chain to go to multiple enemies. Contagion, Unleash. They hit multiple enemies. Chaotic Freeze so that our Dark Effigy freezes. Rapid Casting. Magnified Area. And of course, Efficiency, because you see the levels of my spells. They're pretty high. So Efficiency is helping me deal with the mana issue so that I can get a full combo off like you saw me do with King of the Mist. In fact, you saw me run out of mana real quick before I can drop the third totem, because we are plus spells more than what our mana could kind of handle a little bit. But it's enough because of the time freeze to get out Dark Effigies out for them to kill the enemy. Concentrate Area, more damage. Control Destruction, more damage. Rapid Casting, more, get it out there faster. Urgent Totems, getting out there faster. Everything good. Chaos Master, get it to level 30. So this, it hits like a truck. Like, even one of them hits really hard. The point here is you time freeze, right? Time freeze the opponent. If they're weak to frost, with 3 Dark Effigies beaten on them, during the time freeze, they may get frozen again. And then when they're frozen, it's beating them. And then as soon as they unfreeze, you can time freeze again. So it just completely keeps the opponent locked down, which is really strong. That is the goal. Obviously, this King of the Mist dude died really fast, so when we do the higher level versions, maybe it'll actually survive, but hey, at least if they're surviving, that takes care of them. It keeps them locked down. Withering Presence, this just increases the chaos damage they take. Despair, your curse. We tested efficiency. I'm just, hiding curse, decaying curse, and pending doom. But efficiency. So this actually works. It just wasn't showing in the tooltip, but it was working. So it does reduce the cost by 40%. The mana cost does get reduced, so it helps us a lot. Ravenous Swarm. Nothing here besides prolonged duration is needed. This is because the initial hit doesn't do any damage to begin with. The actual poison on the enemy is just completely useless. So I would just say that the Ravenous Swarm is only there to keep the debuff on the, like, a boss or something, so that your Dark Effigy never has, like, it always has something to hit. Alright, so let's take a look at the passive tree. Not much has changed. My build will be linked below if you want a more in-depth view of it, but just noting things here. We went down here for Chronomancer and stuff. This increases skill effect duration by 35%. We went up here to grab preservation and all that. That increases skill effect duration by 45% with all three of these nodes. I think this was here last time, but basically we came over here, got chaos resistant, and grabbed this extra chaos damage with hits, extra chaos damage here. So what this does is the dark effigy just completely annihilates the opponent. So that's really good. Other than that, nothing else has changed much. We picked up more energy shield, right? Picked up energy shield here, and then we picked up, I believe, yeah, this right here, more energy shield here. Just because our defenses are maxed out, but our energy shield's only 3k, and we only have 1,000 life. So, you know, we do gotta take some survivability. That is basically it. Like I was saying, for this build, at least the way I design it, you know, this is really nice here up to ultimate command. You don't actually need time snap, but I think the way I designed it, it might need to be there. That way it's like your main defensive option. I did test inevitable agony. It's, for now at least, with my current gear and everything, it's not really worth it. It seems like if it was bigger hits, like Hammer the Gods or something, this would be a lot better. But with Dark Effigy, you know, it's okay, and like the curse delay is just annoying. Like, yeah, I don't even have the, you would need a unique to unlock it, but like, you know, you'd have to get Whispers of Doom to allow 2 curses, because without that, without this right here, right? Without Despair, you're not dealing that much damage to bosses. That's how the reason why the King of the Mist dude died so fast was because of Despair. So, yeah, that's it for the passive tree. Let's talk about gear. So, I think gear like Essence Drain Contagion is a type of build that can probably just be carried with just gear alone to make it usable. So that's why this build's working. And it just has really cool, neat features like freezing time and rewinding time and all that stuff. So it has some cool features. But yes, I do admit that I'm not using the full advantage of the class. So, yeah. This gives us plus 5 levels for chaos spells. So that's really good. This gives us plus 1 level to all spells. And then this gives us plus 3 levels. So that's a total of, what, 10 levels, right? 5? Yeah, 10 levels. No, 9 levels. Yeah, 9 levels in total that above your actual skill. That's why, you know, it's really strong. I will say this. This unique I found by the vendor in Interlude or something like that. They fall like the owls and stuff. This is actually insane. I did not know this existed. So this is plus 1 maximum number totems, and it says inflict a random curse on you whenever totems die. It doesn't matter if the boss is dead. And with time freeze, you can like mitigate a lot of this stuff. So that's plus 1 totem there, and this is plus 1 totem from the desecration. So that's really strong. This allows 3 totems, and that allows you to completely annihilate the opponent. Outside of that, I mean, everything is just more basic, right? They're just basic gear on here to get resistances, nothing crazy. So the only unique is necessary is this for the build to work for totems. And then it is this for more totems. And that is it. But yeah, that is it for the gear. Let's talk about why the build itself has problems. I've tested out every endgame mechanic. So Abyss, the build works. Like dealing with all those enemies, you can just freeze time and drop down certain things, and it will just annihilate all the Abyss enemies. You can deal with the Abyss elites bosses fairly easily with the Dark Effigy and stuff like that. Breaches, you can't do breach. Unfortunately, the way I designed this build, I've been trying to do breaches. Like, you can, like, slowly farm breaches. They're okay to farm. But, like, I tried to fight, Zesht. I can't get up to him. I'm pretty sure I can kill Zesh when I get there, but it's hard to get up to him with my current build setup. So, you know, you don't want to use time freeze there, because what it does is like everything that's dead, the bodies are now, because it's 9 seconds, the bodies stay on the field, so they block you. So that's not really good. And if you just rely on Essence Drain Contagion and the curses and stuff, it's like you may get there, but before the enemies kill you, you might die. So like maybe we got to work on like slowing like slow magnitude and all that stuff and slowing them so the enemies can't rush you down. But I would just say ignore if you're playing this build, just ignore Breach. You can farm rituals. Simulacrum is really good, and then boss maps are very easy with this build. As for regular maps, they're not really that big of a deal, as long as there's an open space. If you're in closed areas, then things become a little bit more iffy, but it's not the end of the world. You just have to move a little bit slower on those maps, which is probably what you don't want to do. But so, yeah, that is the downsides of the build, right? Their bodies stay on the field until time freeze is over, and you excel at open maps, but closed maps is a little bit more tricky. You don't like fighting a bunch of waves, but fighting bosses to me is very easy. So yeah, I just taking advantage of time freeze. Like I just think it's such a cool class that just doesn't like get enough showtime. On my last video, one of you guys in the comments below said I should try a Recoup Frostbolt build, saying that I should move away from Chaos. So after we kill Arbiter with this build, we will do that. I need to go research on how that build would end up working and present that to you guys. But yeah, it'll be nice to try it out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm the Gotcha Cultivator, and we'll catch you guys on the next video.